Throughout the past year, I've experienced some of the craziest moments in my entire life. From collabing with the biggest names in the world to hitting 25 million subscribers. It feels like I've done it all, but there are some secrets I've kept from you to ensure that my videos are always positive. But sometimes things can get out of control. Like the time I almost got kicked out of a concert for something so absurd. In this video, I'll be revealing 5 of the craziest secrets from 2023. You'll be watching never before seen footage and hearing untold stories. This is truly a side of FaZe Rug that you've never seen before. Grab a snack, sit back, relax, and enjoy. This actually happened a week ago. It is so fresh that I want to let you guys know that sometimes video shoots will have to get canceled depending on how you're feeling. Now in this case, the latest video I just posted, building a secret room in my car. Oh my God, this sucks. So my goal for the video was to win a game of Fortnite in the backseat of a Maybach. Banger idea, we still got it done. But what you guys don't know is that we had to cancel the entire shoot within the first 10 minutes of filming because I had the worst motion sickness of all time. Now growing up, I've always had motion sickness. On road trips, I would be playing my PSP in the back or my Game Boy, my DS, and I would always get sick. So I knew before the video, I'm like, okay, let me take some medicine because being in the backseat of a moving car while also playing a video game on a small TV is gonna make me nauseous. I ended up taking medicine in the morning for it. I'm like, all right, perfect, it's gonna work out. Nope. This is me attempting my first game in the backseat of the moving car on the first shoot day, which clearly didn't work out.
You all right?
No. Clint, you might have to just pull over.
Right now?
Like just go into somewhere. So we end up pulling over and I'm like, guys, there is absolutely no shot. Literally no way that I'm gonna be doing this. When that happens, we're gonna cancel the shoot. We can't just like go through with it, especially if I'm feeling sick. So we're like, okay, let's plan it for tomorrow, but let's take some more steps for you to not get sick. So I ordered this motion sickness wristband from Amazon that literally every review was like, this works, this works, this works. And I'm like, all right, I'm golden. Nah, fam, did not work. So the next day we tried it. I took medicine in the morning again, and then I put this wristband on. So you would put it on your wrist, and there was times where like my fingers start moving like this because it's sending shockwaves to your pressure points that just uncontrollably do this to your fingers. And when I first put it on, I'm like, okay, this is the weirdest feeling, but as long as I don't get sick, I am okay. Here's 1 hour into the video.
We almost have a medical emergency right now, bro.
Stop. Guys, this is the...
Don't even talk. I'm actually
the worst
scared.
I've ever felt like filming a video, bro.
He was at my house yesterday.
Yeah.
He came inside. Literally, he looks like he just went through a war.
That's
I'm
exactly
like,
what I look like right now.
He came in the house. He's like, bro, I can't film this video. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, bro, I can't move. I can't breathe. I'm gonna throw up. He went in my bathroom. Like, now you're probably feeling even worse.
I even canceled the video yesterday, which like,
yeah.
I've never canceled a video,
I
bro.
never, ever heard you cancel
Even if
a video,
I'm like
ever.
sick, bro, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna push through it, but motion sickness is a different type of feeling. Ordered this thing on Amazon.
Took
not doing
Dramamine.
Not doing shit. This is not doing anything.
So after every game that I would attempt to win, I was actually hoping I'd win the games like early on. I don't care how short the video was gonna be, even if it was a freaking 5-minute video, I was down to get the heck out of the car. It was brutal. So after every game, I would have Clint, the chauffeur, pull over and I would have to wait like 20 minutes. I would step out of the car, get some fresh air. And when I tell you it was like the worst film day of my life, I want everyone out there watching. If you get motion sickness in the car, you can relate to how horrible of a feeling it was. Is that what it feels like to almost die? Because I actually felt like I was going to die that day. I don't care if I'm exaggerating. I'm not trying to sound like that, but oh my gosh, motion sickness, like you feel like you're gonna throw up and then you feel like your stomach is turning and then you feel lightheaded and then you just feel like there's no way out. But I pushed through, made it to the very end, and I ended up getting that Fortnite dub. Well, not me, it was a Fortnite Pro Miro. Luckily, I was able to have a Fortnite Pro with me. I want you guys to just watch the video, put yourselves in my shoes. It was brutal. So I've done a lot of cool collabs in 2023, starting with JOP. I collabed with 3 other major people that stand out to me, and ones that I never thought I would ever collab with, but Gordon Ramsay's one of them. I mean, absolute legend. That was one of the coolest experiences of my life. Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk was one of the coolest and most humble people ever. I'll get into that in a second. And lastly, Steve Aoki, who literally invited me into his home, gave me a tour, and was easily the chillest and coolest, most humble celebrity I've ever met. Steve Aoki is one of the biggest DJs in the entire world. I did a video where I DM'd celebrities asking for a house tour, and he was the one that replied and told me to fly to Vegas, and he'd give me the tour to show not only to me, but to you guys. So already inviting someone into your house and showing your house to millions of people takes a lot, especially if you're a celebrity, but he was so down to earth about it. He made me do an ice bath, which was brutal. I only lasted like 15 seconds in there.
Let's go! It's all good. It's all good. Came back. I'll help you out.
But one thing you guys didn't know about what happened that day is we were given 1 hour with Steve Aoki. Said he had a meeting right after. We were running a little bit late, and he had absolutely no problem with pushing back the meeting that he had an hour later just to give us another hour of time. And when we finished the tour, this was crazy. We were wrapping up. We were like, hey man, thank you so much. I appreciate this. Sorry for taking so much of your time. He's like, hey, my chef just finished making lunch. Do you want to eat with me and my mom? And I'm like, yes. Are you kidding me? Are you sure though? We just took so much of your time. He's like, come on, man. Yeah, of course. It's so cool, man. Steve Aoki is one of the healthiest people I know too. He eats home-cooked meals all the time, and his chef made all signature Japanese dishes. I wish I recorded it, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because it was a cool moment of me connecting with Steve off camera, and he was teaching me a lot about the Japanese culture, all the food that we were eating. His mom was so sweet, so nice, and she was teaching me a lot too. I hate myself for not remembering the dishes that we had, but they were so good, and he was teaching me how to eat and that it's actually respectful in the Japanese culture to slurp your food. We were just chopping it up at the dinner table, slurping our food. He made a plate for Noah, so it was me and Noah, Steve Aoki and his mom. I do gotta say that Steve Aoki, if you guys don't know how he is personally, I hope me explaining the story does. He is so freaking nice, so humble, and so down to earth. So thank you, Steve, for making that experience so special to me and my friend. Gordon Ramsay, oh my God, it was so funny, bro. He literally spit out my beef Wellington. It hurt, but at the same time, who wouldn't want Gordon Ramsay roasting their food? I feel like that's an accomplishment too. But it's crazy, as soon as the camera turned on, he just is such a natural, and not to say that I'm surprised because he's been doing TV and entertainment for 20 plus years. He was an absolute natural. Like, I've been doing YouTube for 10 years and I still mess up so many times in my videos. I have to re-say things. I stutter sometimes. Like, not everything is perfect that you see in the videos. It's just edited to look that way. I want to say that there's a lot of... When I tell you Gordon Ramsay did not mess up once, he didn't stutter, he didn't say anything wrong. He was just his funny self the whole time, and I was genuinely impressed. And lastly, Tony Hawk, man, oh my God. Surprised Noah with his favorite celebrity. There was a deeper meaning behind it. Both his grandparents got him into skating. I did it for him because I know how much Tony means to him. To this day, Noah texts me, like, he texted me this morning, woke up and still can't believe you surprised me with Tony Hawk. It's just cool to me because one thing about me is I genuinely just love doing things for people. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to get emotional, but like, one thing that I love is just making people happy in general. This might be a little bit hard for me to talk about. As many of you guys may know, our childhood dog, Bosley, passed away earlier this year. This is hard. First, I just want to start with, if you've lost a pet in your life, whether it's a dog, a cat, a bird, you know, just any pet that you own, you'll know that once you own a pet, they're a part of your family. No matter what anyone says, man, I've just never seen my family in the amount of pain that they're in. That honestly is what hurts me the most. I think I could talk about it a little bit more into depth as to like how it happened and what happened and stuff and how it's actually just impacted me. I was in Vegas. I had just collabed with Gordon Ramsay. I was so happy. I was in the best mood ever. Immediately after the collab, I called my mom because I mean, anytime I do something big, I always want to call my parents, but I called my mom right away. I'm like, Mom, I just finished the collab. It was crazy. Like he spit out my food. Like I was happy that he spit out my food. And then my mom's just like, yeah, oh, that's good. It seemed like she was down. And I was like, hey, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I just have a little bit of a headache. She didn't want to tell me something was wrong. My mom's the type that doesn't want to break any sort of bad news to me while I'm in a good mood. She'd rather just do it in person, you know, not on the phone when I'm in like a great mood. So after that, I was like, okay, like it's all good. I'll just tell her about the experience when I get home. Hopefully she feels better. And then I ended up calling my dad too because I wanted to talk about it as well. And same thing, his voice was like just so down. He was like, hey, Bosley's not looking too good. I'm gonna take him to the vet. And I'm like, okay, what's wrong? And he's just like, he just said I hate reliving this moment. I don't know why. After my dad told me that, I had some sort of gut feeling that something was wrong because my dad in the past has told me that Bosley doesn't look good. They end up taking him to the vet and he's fine. I was with Noah and we were just eating, and as soon as I hung up the phone, I just start bursting into tears because I felt something. I told them like, can we book an earlier flight because I need to go see Bosley. So we booked an earlier flight. We went to the airport and we were literally boarding the flight. And as we were boarding, I get a call from my dad. He told me Bosley passed, and I'm telling him like, you're joking, you're lying, please stop. I'm coming home, I'm coming to the vet. My initial plan was to land in San Diego, go straight to the vet because I need to know what's going on. I had to sit on a flight for an hour after that. Like we were literally in the middle of boarding. I landed, went straight home to my mom and dad just sitting in the kitchen, just bawling their eyes out. And it was the worst experience of my life. I'm sorry, I don't mean for this video to be like this. This is supposed to be a positive video. Some days I'm okay, and then some days it'll just randomly hit me. I feel like this is a perfect time for me to talk about what happened on the internet, because this was also something that made it a lot harder for me. But when Bosley passed, after 2 days, we came together as a family and we're like, hey, like we gotta announce to our supporters that Bosley passed away. You know, Bosley was so loved by people. I mean, he was loved more than me, bro. I said that I'm gonna make a video about it. My dad said we should all be together, and I said, of course, let's be together. I made a video. My brother said, I think I'm gonna make a video as well to announce to my supporters. Bosley lived with my mom and dad, and you know, Mama and Papa Rug have a YouTube channel too, so they made a video as well, and we were all in it. No ill intentions. We posted the videos. The next morning I woke up to FaZe Rug canceled, FaZe Rug milks his dog's death. I can't believe FaZe Rug would use Bosley's death for views. And after seeing like the viral post that was going around, I can totally understand why people would think that. Usually would never talk about something like this, but the headlines of, you know, FaZe Rug milking his dog's death for views, or FaZe Rug is canceled, you know, like everyone that knows me knows that I would never do such a thing. Of course, I can see where the internet thought that was wrong, and I will own up to that 100%. We could have done it in a different way, but I just want you guys to know that our intentions were not ill. It really was a tough time because not only did I lose my dog, but I started getting canceled on the internet because of that reason. It was as simple as me just making a video, my brother making a video, and my parents making a video, because we all have YouTube channels, and that's how we saw it, and we all wanted to announce it to our viewers. I just think sharing this with you guys definitely helps with me get it off my chest, since this was honestly one of the toughest things I've ever gone through. And all I can say is that I'm grateful to be breathing, grateful to be seeing another day, grateful to have a roof over my head. Most of all, obviously grateful for you guys. Just know that every day that goes by, I'm slowly getting better and better. Bosley will always be here with us, okay? I love you, man. Next up, I want to tell you guys a crazy experience that happened at the Drake concert earlier this year. These are little things I never really want to talk about in my videos because I never want to start drama. I never want to talk negatively about a situation. I always want to be the bigger person and just let things go. Now, ever since Drake announced this tour earlier in the year, me and my best friend Noah were like, we're going to this concert. We counted down the days. I surprised Noah with the tickets. Everything was going well. We got to the concert. I was meeting a ton of supporters.
Yo, what? That's crazy. Wait, what?
And if you know me, you will know that I'll never ever deny a picture for a fan. There might be times where I might miss a picture because I'm being like rushed through an area. I have a security guard pushing me somewhere because it could be a safety hazard for a lot of people. In those situations, I do have to abide by the rules. I just want you guys to keep that in mind before I tell this story because it was crazy. So we got to my section and, you know, we were just chilling and a ton of supporters noticed that I was there. They were coming down from their seats and out of nowhere, this security guard comes up to me and she's like, "You're causing too much of a scene. Tell your fans to go back to their seats. Like, this is unacceptable." And I told her straight up, I don't want to say no to a fan taking a picture with me because that's just not who I am. If anything, if you're worried about too many fans leaving their seats, I feel like that's where you have to kind of do your job and tell them to go to their seats because I don't want to seem like the bad guy. I will 100% say yes to a picture no matter what. In that situation, I feel like the security guard of that event would tell the people, "Hey guys, go back to your seats." But no, in that situation, the security guard told me, "I'm gonna have to kick you out." I've waited months for this concert. Like, it's not my fault that these people are coming to me. Like, it would be different if I posted on my story, "Hey guys, I'm in section 107, row 2. Everyone come up to me and cause a scene." I'm just a regular concert goer like everyone else. I have a regular seat because there was no VIP sections, no nothing. I just wanted to go and enjoy my time. So sadly, it gets worse. The security guard then tells me, "You're gonna get up and you're gonna go outside and take pictures with all your fans." And I told her, "Hey, I don't wanna leave my seat. I don't wanna go outside because if I go outside and take pictures with my fans, I'm gonna miss the entire concert." So she was telling me I gotta either leave or get up and go outside and take pictures with fans. She didn't say, "Okay, I'm gonna tell everyone to sit down." So you can only imagine after months of waiting for this concert, months of excitement is slowly starting to fade away because of this scenario. And so luckily, during this whole ruckus, the lights just turn off and Drake comes out. Thankfully, after that, everyone went back to their seats because, of course, they were there for Drake, not me. I was just like the little bonus, you know, extra credit that they got to see. And one of the aspects is to meet my supporters. But nonetheless, after that stressful moment, I had a great night with my friend. And, you know, we saw Drake. And Drake, I still want to meet you, okay? That is another goal of 2024 is to collab with Drake. The Carne asada. This was easily one of the most iconic and monumental moments, not only in my career, but my entire life. Going to the Carne asada with Fuerza Regida. There's a lot of stuff that happened that day that I didn't share with you guys, which I'm about to dive right into, but I want to tell you guys how we even got there in the first place. So as I started blowing up on YouTube, I realized that a lot of my supporters were Hispanic. I feel like it makes a lot of sense because I always say this, but the Hispanic community really reminds me of my culture, the Middle Eastern community. And I feel like there are so many similarities in our cultures. So I feel like you guys were easily able to connect with me through my content, which I really do appreciate. Shout out to the Hispanic community. Pretty much a long time ago, there was a video that resurfaced the internet where I was at the club, you know, it was a night out. I had a drink in my hand and I just started dancing because, you know, I was feeling myself. And someone took that video and put a Spanish song over it and it went absolutely viral. Ever since that happened, I noticed a ton of comments saying, "Rug, you're invited to the Carne asada. Rug, you need to come party with us. Rug, you're welcome to come to my house and party anytime." And since then, I'm like, dude, I need to make it a point in my career or my life that I need to make it to one of these parties one day. Now, the way it happened with JOP and Fuerza Regida was actually crazy. So I rarely go on Instagram live, right? It was a random night. I was really bored and I'm like, should I go on IG live? I was about to go to sleep. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I want to connect with you guys. And I don't know, it's fun going on live sometimes. I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't know who Fuerza Regida or JOP was before that live, but pretty much I went live. I noticed there was a verified account. It said Fuerza Regida. It said, "Rug, you're invited to the Carne asada. Check your DMs." When a verified account comments on something, it kind of catches your eyes because you're like, okay, who is that? And then I saw Jesus Ortiz in the chat and I was like, "Hey, what's up, Jesus? How are you?" And like, I didn't know his name was JOP. I called him Jesus and he's like, "Yo, check your DMs. Let's make this happen literally next week." So
I'm invited to the Carne asada. Let's go. Bro, I was talking to Noah about that today. I'm like, I think next week we should just pull up to a Carne asada. I feel like it'll be turned. Oh my God. Yo, is anyone doing one next week? Like, I'll even fly somewhere. Hit me up if anyone has a Carne asada, please. And I want to vlog it too. So, Jesus, hit me up. Let me know the deets, fam.
Ended the live, checked my DMs, we coordinated, and 1 week later, the Carne asada finally happened. After years of hyping it up, not only did it finally happen, but it happened with one of the biggest Spanish bands in the entire world. And I promise you guys, at that time, I didn't know the magnitude of Fuerza Regida. I didn't know how big they were until that moment, because I'm about to tell you guys what happened. So JOP invited me to his mom's house where he grew up in San Bernardino. San Bernardino is actually where I got Bosley about 10 years ago. So I've been there once, but it felt so authentic going to JOP's house and doing it there. I do gotta mention, JOP and his whole squad took care of us like family, and I can never repay him for that. So we were having a great time. JOP was teaching me about the Hispanic culture. I was talking to him about the Middle Eastern culture. We were partying, we were having a great time. And then out of nowhere, JOP's assistant or manager came up to us and he's like, hey, there's about 100 people outside right now. And we're like, wait, what? What do you mean 100 people outside? Nobody posted anything. It must have been just a word of mouth thing that JOP was back in his hometown and FaZe Rug was there. And it caused a crazy scene outside of JOP's house. I personally have never seen anything like it. I've done fan meetups before, and you know, the most I've gotten at a fan meetup was 8,000 people, which is incredible. But keep in mind, this happened 1 hour of us being at the house without posting anything. There was hundreds of people outside. I'm not gonna lie, it genuinely felt like a movie. I will never forget this moment. But pretty much we went outside, we greeted all the supporters. There was people on motorcycles doing wheelies outside the house.
Flexing on everyone, bro.
When I tell you it was straight out of a movie, like, I am not lying, bro. It was the craziest experience. Like, there's no other way of me explaining it, but here's where it gets crazy. So there was a vendor outside selling elote. Elote is one of my favorite street vendor foods, but pretty much me and JOP bought a ton of that to give away to the fans. Anything you guys want from here, it's on me and JOP. Anything you guys want. After a few hours, we wrapped everything up. You know, shout out to JOP and Fuerza for taking me in again. It was a crazy experience and something that I'll never forget. I want to show you guys, I kept everything from that day, so I'll never forget it. So here we have my Gucci shirt that I wore, and as you could see, it's ripped. I think it ripped when I was hitting the piñata.
Rip it all over! Rip it all over!
My Gucci shirt!
This shirt is very special to me, not only because of the Carne asada, but I used to wear this all the time. But the fact that it ripped, I definitely wanted to keep it as memories. And of course, we got the boots right here that JOP surprised me with, keeping these forever, of course. And lastly, we got the FaZe Rug Fuerza Regida poncho. I honestly think that we should make a limited amount of these. Let me know if some of you guys would be down to buy this, and I'll talk to JOP. So this is where it gets crazy. There was, like I said, hundreds of fans outside just completely surrounding us, and it was time for me to go. So I had to get escorted to my car, and we had to try to make it out without obviously running anybody over, but it was so hard. So as we were leaving, we noticed like 3 or 4 cars following us. I was filled with so much adrenaline and joy that I didn't sense any fear or danger. I just thought it was supporters wanting to meet me, which it actually was. We had to end up getting a security guard to escort us all the way back to San Diego just to be safe. I felt so much love that day. Not to say that I haven't felt loved by all my supporters on YouTube, but that day was different. I just want to say, not only do I love the Hispanic community, but I love every single person that watches my videos. Right now, I want you guys to comment what culture you are and what gathering I can go to in 2024. Don't be shy, invite me. So I will make it a point in 2024 to go to another cultural gathering and learn more about someone else's culture, because I truly love doing that, and I want to show love and respect to everyone out there who watches my videos. Well, guys, that is the end of the 2023 secrets. What I want you to take away from this video going into 2024, this is your year. There's going to be a lot of ups, but there are also going to be a lot of downs. Failure is normal on the road to success. Don't let failure eat you up. Don't dwell on mistakes that you might make in the new year. What you can do is you can learn from your mistakes, you can get right back up, and you can try again. I want to see all of you guys set goals, because that is the #1 thing that has helped me get to where I am today. I set goals all the time and I work towards those goals. And once you achieve them one by one, you will feel amazing. I will be rooting for all of you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you guys for another amazing year. I will continue to do bigger and better things in the next year. I have a lot of plans, and I mean a lot of plans. I love you guys, and let's knock 2024 out of the park. Peace out, everybody.